Welcome everyone, and thanks for joining me this morning to learn a little bit more about STEM academic offerings in Queensland, Australia. My name is Carly Free. I am the Senior Site Specialist for Australia programs here at ISA, and I spent my study abroad experience at JCU in Cairns, Australia. A little overview of what we'll be going over today, and here are a couple of go-to universities for STEM offerings in Queensland. We'll dive into a little bit more detail on each, but just to give you that snapshot overview. For any student that's interested in chemistry, physics, or math, actually all three partners do offer really strong academic offerings in these fields. Both the Queensland University of Technology and the University of Queensland are located in Brisbane, and James Cook University has campuses in both Cairns and Townsville. For marine biology, James Cook University is our go-to. It is ranked number 1 in the world for this subject, so very strong for study abroad students within that field. For an engineering student, QUT has a vast number of offerings within the engineering field, and health sciences are best found at the University of Queensland. So going into each of these universities in a little bit more detail, we'll start with James Cook University. James Cook is world-renowned for its research and instruction focused in the tropics. With that, it is actually ranked within the top 300 by Times Higher Education. Popular subject areas at JCU among our study abroad students are going to be within marine biology, also environmental science, and tropical biology and zoology are very popular here. The ISA GPA as well as JCU's GPA requirement for admissions is a 2.5. However, they are flexible and will work with students that have a 2.4 and above with supplemental application materials. JCU is also one of our host university partners that offers scholarship opportunities to ISA participants, offering 4 $500 AUD scholarships each year. This process is facilitated with the ISA semester scholarships. Applications for spring of 18 are due October 30th. So where is JCU? JCU actually has 2 campuses, the first being in Cairns, often described as where the rainforest meets the reef. This city has a population of approximately 160,000 and is known as the gateway to the Great Barrier Reef, so it also has a large tourism scene. Very tropical climate, located in tropical North Queensland. You'll find sunshine and warm temperatures all year round. I know I studied abroad in the fall and it was beautiful weather. So anywhere from 75 to 90 degrees from November to May and 63 to 79 from June to October. The campus, as you see pictured here on the left, is located in the suburb of Smithfield, which is about 20 to 30 minutes easy on public transit from the city center. It's located near several popular northern beaches. And as you can see by the photo, the campus is surrounded by beautiful rainforest-covered mountains, and you can see the ocean just a short distance away. The student population on the Cairns campus is approximately 4,000 students. JCU's Townsville campus is its main campus, so it has a student population of approximately 13,000. Like Cairns, the campus is situated in a suburb just outside the city. It's located in a suburb called Douglas. It's a beautiful campus with a lot of natural bushland, so it's not unusual to spot a wallaby on campus on a student's walk to class. Being that Cairns and Townsville are just about a 4 hours drive from one another, you're going to see a very similar tropical climate here with very seasonable temperatures year-round. And the city populations are also similar at about 170,000 residents within Townsville. So STEM offerings at JCU. JCU is very well known for marine biology and environmental sciences. They offer numerous courses within these fields that contain field components. These subjects are very popular among our study abroad participants and provides students with a unique opportunity to learn outside the classroom in some of the diverse ecosystems that make up tropical North Queensland. When looking at the ISA website, these courses can be filtered for students to more easily see. When looking at a specific semester program, within the Courses tab, we have a filter by subject box, and the field component courses fall within the research filter. A couple of examples of courses that contain field components are Biodiversity of Tropical Australia, where students in Cairns, for example, will visit the Flecker Botanic Gardens or the Atherton Tablelands on their field trips. And in Townsville, they take a number of day trips to different rainforests, tropical shores, and wetlands within the area. Coral reef ecology is another popular subject with a field component taken by our participants. This course has a 3-day trip to JCU's Orpheus Island Research Station. And finally, another example is Linking Indigenousness 1. Here, students have an interactive, cross-cultural experience led by Indigenous Australians. JCU also offers study abroad students the opportunity to gain credit for undergraduate research. A student needs to submit a proposal of a research project to one of a number of different faculty at JCU. If the faculty agrees to work with the student on the research project, the student has the opportunity to earn the credit for that project. It's also a really great opportunity for a student to network with some of these extraordinary professors who are leading researchers in the field, and it often provides students with various contacts within the local area for volunteer experiences and such as well. Exciting news from ISA in 2018 on Cairns and Townsville programs is that we are offering a day trip excursion to the Great Barrier Reef. This is included within all ISA program fees for both Townsville and Cairns. The trip includes a wetsuit, snorkeling gear, and morning and afternoon tea and lunch aboard the boat. Continuing on to Brisbane. Brisbane is often one of those cities that I think finds itself in the shadows of Sydney and Melbourne, but it is a great city for study abroad students. It's actually the third most populous city in Australia, and it's a really good fit for a student who's looking for that metropolitan feel and convenience that you would find in Sydney and Melbourne, but they want more of a laid-back community, less overwhelming type of a city. Brisbane has a great bustling art and culinary scene right now, so a lot of things to see, do, and explore for study abroad participants within that city. Being in Queensland, of course, great weather here as well. Brisbane sees over 300 days of sunshine on average each year. Personally, I visited the city in August, and temperatures were super comfortable in the 70s. While Brisbane isn't on the ocean, it is on the beautiful Brisbane River, but it's a super easy train ride away from the white sand beaches of the Gold Coast, which our students also really like being based in Brisbane. QUT, the Queensland University of Technology, really prides itself on being a university for the real world. What that means is that they have an application-based teaching style, and many of their professors are practicing professionals in the field. So their aim is really to provide students with that real-world practical experience to prepare them for what's to come after graduation. This program requires a 2.5 GPA, but they will accept and consider a student with a 2.25 and above given supplemental application materials from the student. The QUT campus is located right in the heart of Brisbane City. It's right on the Brisbane River. It's next to the City Botanic Gardens. It's about a 15-minute walk from ISA accommodations and a 5 to 10-minute walk from the city center. It's a very modern campus and is home to approximately 48,000 students. QUT is also one of our partners who offer host university scholarships opportunities to our participants. QUT offers $3,000 AUD annually to ISA participants. Some of our STEM offerings at QUT include engineering. It is one of ISA's recommended programs for engineering students. All undergraduate courses at QUT within engineering are accredited by Engineers Australia, which is a signatory of the Washington Accord. A couple of field examples include civil engineering, electrical engineering, mechanical engineering, and systems engineering. QUT has a $230 million state-of-the-art science and engineering center, which really integrates science, engineering, and mathematics. On the bottom right, you'll see a part of that building called the Cube. It's a 2-story high interactive visual display. The photo features the Great Barrier Reef and is open to the public for people to interact and learn with that visual display. In addition, QUT offers a very wide array of sport and exercise science courses to study abroad students. A few examples of those course offerings within engineering include courses like dynamics, engineering mechanics, signal analysis, and strength of materials. Similarly, within sport and exercise science, courses on offer include biomechanics, exercise psychology, and resistance training. The University of Queensland, also located in Brisbane, is another outstanding choice for STEM students. This is one of Australia's elite universities. It's a founding member of the Group of 8. And the Group of 8 is 8 leading research universities within Australia. It's ranked 51st in the world by QS World University Rankings and has a very traditional research-based approach. Here we find that students are required to have a 3.0 GPA. However, UQ will consider a 2.8 and above. The campus is located in St. Lucia, which is a southwest suburb of Brisbane, about 10 to 15 minutes from Brisbane city centre on public transit. It's right along the Brisbane River, and it's 250 beautiful acres of green space and sandstone architecture. UQ is home to approximately 51,000 students. At UQ, STEM has a wide array of offerings. UQ has one of the best medical schools in the world, so with that, it's a really great fit for undergraduate health science studies. A couple of courses within health science include biochemistry and molecular biology, genetics, microbiology and immunology, and nutrition across the lifespan. In addition, STEM fields that are great at UQ include information technology, nanotechnology, and mining and geotechnical engineering, among others. A quick overview on some of our ISA Queensland staff. You have Leanne Hill on the left. She is the program manager for Queensland programs, and I'm in the middle there as a site specialist. Leanne and I work in tandem on preparing students from initial inquiry to the time they hop on the plane, working with students on a number of things from their application with their host university to academic courses that could fit housing and the rest of a lot of those pre-departure pieces. We have Cole McLean on the right. He is our resident director based in Brisbane and Gold Coast. However, he does oversee all of our Queensland universities and programs as a resident staff member. We do have staff members stationed on the ground in all of our Queensland cities, including Townsville and Cairns. At this time, does anyone have any questions that they'd like to ask?
Hi.
Hi.
My name is Sarah. I think I've been able to speak about this.
Yeah, no worries. Hi, Sarah.
Do you have any program updates
We do not have program dates yet for spring. However, we are anticipating to have them by early October at the latest. The last I heard, the final details were being put on those dates, so you should have them soon.
Okay, great. Thank you.
You're welcome. So one of the questions that came through the chat window was about if there were STEM options in other parts of Australia outside of Queensland. The answer is yes. A couple of different options for STEM programs would be the University of Melbourne, the University of Sydney, University of Western Australia, and University of New South Wales. All of those are also group of 8 schools, so they are some of the more elite offerings, but they do have very strong STEM programs. Were there any additional questions? Another question is that's come through is, how difficult is it to get into the University of Queensland for their medical program, and do they offer biomedical engineering? Yes, they do have biomedical engineering in their medical program. For any study abroad student, they are going to look at the student's transcript and academic background. So it will depend on where the student is within their current program. If they're pre-med, for example, and are looking at certain classes, their admissions team will assess what the student has taken prior to their study abroad experience. Another question came through about summer research opportunities. We do not have any current summer research opportunities in Australia. However, we do have a summer research program in New Zealand that will be feature arts, humanities, and social sciences for next year. And we are hoping to expand that into the sciences in the future as well. All right. I just want to thank everyone for joining me today. If there are any questions that arise later, feel free to reach out to me via email or phone. Be happy to help answer those for you. And we are hoping to have this presentation recorded and available on YouTube as well. So thanks again, and everyone have a great afternoon.